What's going on, everybody? Laird Farmer 73 here. I'm not gonna make this a rant. It's just pretty much just the truth, and it's driving me crazy. I'm gonna say some stuff that I hope I don't have to regret someday. Number one, hello to everybody. Guava. I know everybody's at work and everything. Good to see you if you come in. If you don't, catch it later. I love you anyway. Let me tell you something. I want to get my point across before I say hello to everybody. Matter of fact, hello to everybody if you end up coming in, but I got to get this out of my brain. I've been in the process of moving. Everybody know I've been in the process of moving. And in the process of moving, I'm having my house that I have here renovated. So me and my wife been ultra super busy getting stuff together, getting stuff moved out, getting stuff thrown away. So we're making it so everybody can renovate the houses. This is another part of if you plan on moving or buying land or just transitioning to something else or something greater, even if it's something lesser. This is the part that this new world got us by the grapes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Everything that we keep trying to do and accomplish, you have to depend on somebody. And they know you have to depend on them. They know you have to depend on them. Whether it's the plumber, the electrician, the carpenter, the drywall dude, the bricklayer, the mason. It don't matter what it is, the painter. It don't matter who it is. In this new world, you have to wait on them. And this is the biggest part of this. If you don't have these skills, you screwed. If you don't know how to do electrical work, I mean, I'm talking about at a professional grade level, they got you in the corner. They can pull all your wires out your wall and walk away. And then say, well, yeah, the price used to be $200. Now it's $5,000. How the hell did that happen? I ain't paying that. Well, put the wires back in the house yourself. That hasn't happened to me, thank God. But the truth is, what's stopping it from happening? Nothing. Nothing. The reason why I titled this, they treat us like animals, because they literally are basically dangling the meat in front of our face, in front of our cage. And like, listen, if I don't actually put this through the fence so you can eat, you don't eat. Right? That's the whole thing that's going on right now. If I don't feed you, you won't eat. And that's what's going on. No, this is the most important part of self preservation and being self-sufficient, self-efficient to the highest degree. And I'm going to take this another step. I'm going to take this to another level that we don't talk about very often. This is the level I'm about to talk about. If I'm constantly calling the carpenter like, hey, when you gonna come in here, man? Calling the electrician, man, when y'all gonna come in here? Y'all supposed to come in here today. I've been having something done. I've been having something that was supposed to be installed a week ago. And I'm every day, man. It's every day. It's like it's another excuse. And it's like, oh, my wife having a baby. Or now my daughter having a baby. Oh, now my puppy dogs is having babies. It's always something where I just want to fire. I want to fire the people that I hire. The problem is trying to find another one is so far and few in between. You won't find another electrician for a 50-mile radius. You won't find another plumber for a 100-mile radius. You won't find another roofer for a 100-mile radius. Because these days, don't nobody have any skills. Nobody has skills that they want to. Just nobody has skills anymore. Nobody cares about being an electrician. Nobody cares about being a plumber. Nobody cares about being a carpenter, roofer, mason. All people want to do is be content creators and influencers because they think that's where all the money is. And I keep wanting to tell people, man, I've been on this game a long time, and I don't ever want to misconstrue nobody into thinking you get rich by doing this social media bullcrap. You don't. That is so rare. That's like picking somebody to go to the NFL or the NBA. Out of all the millions of kids that's on the field trying to make it to the NBA or the NFL, they only pick about 2 or 3 of them. Y'all know that. They only pick a handful of kids to go to the NFL and the NBA. It's no different with social media. Everybody is on social media trying to be the next big influencer because they think they're going to be filthy rich. It just don't work that way. It just don't work that way. And we're missing out. You're putting all your energy, time, and effort into trying to be the next big YouTuber instead of going to some kind of technical college and getting some kind of electrical skill, electrician, plumber, life skills. It's crazy to me. So my point is this, because I don't want to veer too far off track. I'm going to take this to the next level, and I've already talked to my children about this already. You know, they don't want us to be criminals. They don't want us to be influenced by criminals. They don't want us to be influenced by we're supposed to be listening to the good guy. We were supposed to grow up listening to the good guy and doing what the good guy does. That way, let me turn this a little bit. We're supposed to be doing what the good guy does. That way, we can grow up and be good citizens, right? It seems like to me being a good citizen all the time is almost a perfect way to get one right up the pooper. You know, it's a good way to get shafted. Being a good guy always seemed like, damn, I finished, but boy, I got screwed on the way, right? You know something in it bad. This is why people back in the day with Scarface and Al Capone, and this is why everybody always looked up to mobsters. Mobsters, they did horrible stuff, but they looked out for their people. They looked out for their people. They did. Go back in history and read it. They did crooked stuff. And I don't want to say too much of this because I don't want it to get misconstrued, because they were some bad ones. I ain't talking about the evil, wicked ones. It was some people just fighting against a system that was already set in place. They were just fighting against the system. If you think about it, go back in history and read about the mobsters. What made them start bootlegging, moonshining, and running all the numbers, and what made them do that? What made them do that? Oh, maybe because they were all poor and they were not offered jobs. They were always taxed. They were always this, so they had to find a way to make a way to even survive. All the time, they ain't the bad guys. You know who turned the bad guys into bad guys? Good guys. Good guys. Sometimes Superman, let's back up. Sometimes Batman creates the Joker. Because if you hold your thumb down on people too long and don't give them no choices in life, the next thing you know, they start doing crazy stuff because the system put me in a bad position. My kids need diapers. We gotta eat. I gotta keep the heat on. I gotta keep the lights on. With all that being said, because I don't want to glorify criminals, because that's not what I'm here to do. What I'm saying is, before we go pointing the finger at the bad guy, ask the bad guy, why are you the bad guy? Right? If you treat people like animals, they turn into animals. If you treat people like a dog, they turn into wild dogs. You can either have a pet dog and take care of it and nourish it, feed it, clothe it, deworm it, and you know what's going to happen? You're going to have the best, you're gonna have the best guard dog on the planet, lovable, guarding you and your family. But if you chain that same dog to a tree in the backyard, never feed it, never give it no water, beat it half to death all the time, and just leave it tied to that chain, no shelter, out in the weather, what do you think you're gonna turn that dog into? That's what they call a junkyard dog. You're gonna turn that dog crazy, so crazy, he will even attack you. You scared to feed the dog, so you throws the food at him because you scared to walk up close to the chain in the tree. Because you know he'll tear your arm off even though you the owner. If you treat people the same way, they'll be the same way as that junkyard dog. You keep treating them and beating them and misusing them and everything else, you're gonna turn them against you. With all that being said, and all the stuff that I've been going through in this short amount of time of trying to get things done, I can't get nothing done because of the unprofessional people in this world right now. You can't get nothing done. Nobody has a license or a certification to do anything. People just like slap a magnet with their name on it on the side of they doggone F-150 and automatically they got a business. That's who the professionals is sending to help you. Bubba and Ray and them is coming to help you. And they'll sit there and dick around in the garage for about 15 hours and then come out like, yeah, that's all we can do today. What did you do? I don't understand. Well, we swept the floor for you, and you had some spider webs up there in the corner we got out there for you, and man, you an electrician, you ain't the janitor. You know what I mean? I can't get, this is the transition I was telling y'all about. I can't get nothing done because the people in this new era, this new world of social media wannabes, there is nobody out there to help you do anything of substance. I'm talking about with on hand, hands on. There's nobody out here to help you do anything, man. You lawn care, you could call a lawn care company and they'll come and half-ass do the job and leave, won't even tell you they've been here or they won't tell you they left. You will hire, I've been hiring electricians and stuff to come here. And this is the crazy part that happens. Today alone, show up whenever they want to. I'm sitting here like I'm about to go out here and get some stuff to make breakfast for me and my wife. So next thing I know, I come downstairs, I open the door, here go the electrician. You ain't called me, told me nothing. You didn't even say you was gonna be here today. You said last Friday, he said, see you next week. And I thought about that later that night after I got off that live. He said next week, he didn't say what day, he didn't say what time. I didn't think twice about it. He came 10 o'clock this morning. When I'm about to leave the house, go get some stuff for breakfast. And here he goes. So I got to sit here and babysit these suckers all day. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You got a whole business you supposed to be running. And y'all playing games. Man, listen. Back in Ohio, man, I could have had, I don't want to say it, one dude, let's put it like this. I could have had one dude accomplish, look, what was his name? I'm going to call him Willie Green. I could have had Willie Green fix the plumbing in my basement, run a whole new electrical system, roof the house, put on new shingles on the roof of the house, come in here and add an extra room onto the back of the house, and all I had to pay Willie Green was about $45 in a Schlitz malt liquor, 40 ounces. 240 ounces of Schlitz malt liquor. He'd have had all that shit done. If he would have started at 10 o'clock in the morning, he'd have had that stuff done, everything I just said, by 3:45 in the afternoon. Willie Green. Y'all know what kind of dude I'm talking about. These days, yo, you can't you can't get a professional to do anything professional. Ain't that funny? We don't want a whole bunch of addicts helping us out with our house because we don't trust the addict. We don't trust the addict. I don't want that mug walking around my house. Let's come stick with me. I don't want that dude. He do drugs. Or he an alcoholic. I don't want him working around my house. He might come and break in on me. These professionals with certifications and license ain't no different, man. I look at them like, the hell is wrong with this dude? Right? Look at this dude. These professionals is worse than Willie Green, man. They worse than Willie Green. So I'm gonna put it like this. I wanna bring to the forefront a suggestion for everybody, because I don't want to go on and make this a long rant. I want everybody to think about something. I've talked to my son, I've talked to my daughter, I talked to my other son about a situation. This is what we need to be doing. You know why I start talking about the mobsters and the gangsters? I start talking about the mobsters and the gangsters because the mobsters and the gangsters did one thing that was real slick. Like I tell you, if they're gonna treat us like animals, sometime we gotta start acting like animals, right? You know what the mobsters did? I'm gonna take a page out of their book. The mobster was like, we can't get nothing done. We can't never get past these goofballs. And everybody is against us. Everybody is against us, no matter whether we're trying to do right or we're trying to do wrong. Everybody is against us. We'll never get a fair shake. We'll never get a fair shake, right? So you know what the mobsters do? They say, you know what? Hey, Vinny, guess what? You going to law school. Barbara, you going to start running that construction company over there I started. Joey, you going to plumbing school. This is what we don't talk about enough, family. We need to stop sending our kids to go be weird stuff. Man, if the grid goes down, we need things that's tangible, brass tacks power. When I say that, I mean, do you got any bricklayers in your house? You got any plumbers in your house? Electricians? Do you have any pipe fitters? Do you have any mechanics? Do you have any tool and die operators? And I'm talking about stuff that we need to survive. I'm talking about real hardcore, small engine repair, large engine repair, diesel mechanic. These are things that we need in our family. Instead of sending them off to school to be some kind of artist or something, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, with the things that's going on today, with the times we got going on, we need to start thinking about sending your kid. If you're gonna send your kid off to college, man, send them to go do something. Look, I made a deal with my son. HVAC skills, I made a deal with my son. You go do what I want you to do, what I need for you to do. I'll extend whatever you want to do, but the necessary part we need as a family, we all can't keep depending on Bubba and Ray and them. We can't keep depending on them. I need to be able to pick up the phone and call my nephew, my niece, my daughter, my son, my cousin, whenever I need a plumber, electrician, a roofer, anything. If we don't do that, this is going to get worse. If we don't start focusing on building out, we always talk about this, but we don't talk exactly about what we need. We always talk about building a community, but that word is so freaking cliche. That's why I hate saying it. Like, we need to build a community. It's too cliche. We need to be in detail. When I say in detail, we need an electrician, we need a plumber, we need a bricklayer, we need a doggone carpenter, we need all of the engine mechanic, a diesel mechanic. This is the things we need on this list. We need people in this family or in this community or in this unit to fulfill each and every one of the things we need around this camp or around this land to survive. If we don't have that, we have to depend on outside sources. And when we depend on outside sources, look how far that got us so far, depending on the system. Look where we are now, dependent on the system. If so many people don't grow a garden. If the system crumble up, imagine what'll happen. Ain't nobody gonna eat, cause don't nobody know how to garden. Ain't nobody gardening, ain't nobody growing no food. So if the system actually really truly stops and goes on hold, everybody don't like thinking about this, but it's just the truth. And you know something? I'ma tell you this. As a prepper, and hell yeah, I'm a prepper, and I'm proud of it. I don't care what nobody say no more. I used to say, I'm not a prepper, all that bullshit. Look, I'm a prepper, because I stay prepared. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting because it's always like, when is it gonna happen, or if it's gonna happen? I don't give a crap. If we don't keep on focusing, let me back up, because I'll go wide open with this. We need to build our own private infrastructure. You understand what I'm saying? We need to build our own small community infrastructure. I'm not talking about the neighborhood. I'm not talking about everybody on YouTube. I'm talking about it starts right there with your family. We need a plumber. We need the electrician. We need a bricklayer. We need a carpenter. We need a nurse. We need medical professionals. We need all of this stuff in this community. And then we'll expand it out to a broader community. I'm telling you, family, my son he's in school, and some of the subjects that he tell me that he's taking, I'll be trying to be a parent, but at the same time, I'm a realist. So I keep my comment to myself. You go and look at some of the subjects that these school systems got your kids learning. Like, what do they need to know that for? Why is you wasting my son's time? If my son want to learn French, he can do that in college. We have no plan to go to France. The only language that I know that we need to know is Spanish. And the only reason I say it's Spanish because in the United States of America, them is the two hardest hitting languages here. English and Spanish. I'm not saying, I'm not knocking no other language. I'm just saying here in the United States of America, I'll run across, no matter where I go in America, I run across those two languages on a daily basis. English and Spanish. How many times do you run across a French dude that don't speak English? How many times you run across another language that don't speak English? They usually speak English, so you don't really need to know that right off the bat. You need to know Spanish. So my son don't need to be in school for French. He shouldn't be being graded on French, man. He should be in auto mechanic class. You know? Take him out of that class. Take him out of that French, man. The only thing French to come inside our house every day is baguettes and rolls and bread and toast. French toast and fries. This is nothing against French people at all. It's just the realization of how much am I about to be speaking French all day. I do not need to speak French to heat up no fries. We need people in our family unit to be able to call on to help us function. We outsource everything. You need your washing machine fixed, you call the doggone washing machine mechanic. You need your car looked at, you gotta go and have your car took to the dealership. Your your tire get a flat tire, you gotta take it to the tire shop. Everything we do, absolutely everything has to be outsourced. Everything, man. I got literally, I'm gonna give them, the benefit of the doubt from my limited electrical knowledge. You got a 1 day's job that you could knock out. You got all the supplies you could possibly have on hand. Why has it taken you 4 days? Why has it taken you 4 days? If I was certified, if I had I can do the damn thing myself. But I'm trying to be the good guy. I'm not licensed, I'm not certified, and I'm not qualified to run this electrical system. So what do? I'm going to pay another man to do it, which is a mistake right off the grip. I'm going to pay a whole nother man to do the job that I should be doing myself because it's my home. I think we should all send our children off. If we all preppers, if I got all preppers in the house today and homesteaders, I need you to stand up, represent yourself, put your hand up, because I'm going to tell you something. We really do need to really think about, man, I don't care if you want to be in the garden or not. You going to come out here and help me today. Because if something happened to me, you screwed. I'm telling you, my son, I've been dragging him all around with me lately. Man, nope, you coming to help me. You coming to help me today. I don't care what I got to have you doing. You going to help me today. I don't care if you like it or not. You want to know something that I learned? I did a video years ago about my mother saved my life. Gardening saved my life. And I'm going to tell you something about that. My mother made me garden. She made me help her in the garden. She forced me to help her in the garden. She was doing some motherly trickery, but it worked, and that's why I'm still alive. But I'm going to tell you this. I didn't want to do no gardening. But to this day, not only did gardening save my life from being killed, gardening also, it made it so I could retire early and spend more time with my family. Gardening helped me do everything. So as much as I hated it when I was a kid, look at me now. Look how it's done for me now. I think, I can't speak for everybody, but I think one of the answers to cutting this crap off is building your own family infrastructure, building your own family unit as carpenters, plumbers, electricians, machinists, mechanics, you name it. I really do think that way. Look how much money, the money that you spend on your kid going to a skilled trade school, the money that you spend to send them off to skilled trade school, you're going to get back 100 times fold. Matter of fact, you might get what you paid for them to go to a skilled trade. You will get that on that first doggone heating and cooling, that HVAC. You will get your money back when they fix your HVAC. Because if you ain't never had an HVAC system go out, the reason mine still ain't fixed, because I'm not paying that until I have to sell this house. The quote that they gave me for that ain't about to happen. I don't care how much money I got in my pocket. That's highway robbery. But if I could call my nephew and say, hey man, come and look at this real quick. You want to, let me say something else. You know what else it do? It makes sure you don't get got. Because a lot of these, let me bring you to a scenario. I'm gonna give y'all some of that water too. Let me bring you to a scenario. I wonder why that started happening. Okay. Get this. If you mess around and you have to call an electrician or something, right? Who say they doing you any good? Who say they ain't cheating you? Who say they ain't cheating you? You want to know the real reason I ain't have my HVAC fixed? because this one dude, and I wish I could find him, they fired him. That dude told me, he said, what did they tell you? Oh, you don't need that. All you need is this little transistor. Dude told me what the transistor looked like and showed me a picture of it. And I said, man, I got some of them in my garage. I'm too scared to put it in. I don't want to blow my head off, right? He never came back, and when I was calling for him, they had fired him. Every other electrician, I done switched electrical companies for the HVAC companies, because all of them keep telling me I need this, the whole HVAC, the whole thing. The whole system need to be replaced. And the dude showed me, he did this test, and he had like a bread tie and a screwdriver or something. He had some MacGyver stuff. He jammed, he said, this all you need. See, watch it. Woo. I looked at him. You mean to tell me that's all I need? I got one of them in the garage. He said, well, I tell you what, when you find it, because I could never find it, when you find it, man, I'll throw it in for you for nothing, man. I ain't even gonna charge you. I finally found it, called him, and they got rid of him. So the next dude they sent out, he looked at the paperwork. The last dude had said, yeah, you need an extracurricular. So that's cost the same price as the whole unit. I'm like, you know what? Y'all full of crap. Y'all going on home. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna need to talk to my wife so I can think about what I'm about to do next, because I gotta work up that kind of money. That was 3 years ago. I've been running a window unit for 3 years. They scam artists, man. If they got you by the nuggets, they can tell you anything they want. When you don't know yourself, if they tell you you need a damn flex capacitor for your HVAC system, you listen to them like this, trying to act like you know what you do. How many flex capacitors do I need? 2. At what kind of wattage? You don't know watts or volts. You like, okay, at 4.9 volts, okay. And the quantum physiolator, yeah, I think I might have one of those, okay. Quantum physiolator, all right. And that's gonna cost, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I get it. You standing there letting this dude spoon feed you this doo-doo. They know that you're not trained and skilled in this from the minute they meet you at the front door. Soon as they test the water a little bit, and then they start hitting you with words like capacitor, you don't know what a capacitor is. Then they start telling you stuff like flex capacitor and canipulators. You like, yeah, my sister had a canipulator put in about a week ago. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You don't know nothing. Stop entertaining these fools, man. They'll scam you right up out of your drawers. But you know good, how many times have you had your car took to the shop? You done mess around, took your car to the shop, right? And you get to the shop and they tell you, yeah, your flex capacitor gone, your water evaporator routine is going bad, and it's gonna cost you about $1,700. You go get your brother Bill, and Bill look up under the hood. All Bill doing, you gave Bill a beer. The beer ain't even cold. Bill come over like, hey man, you got a cold one? They ain't cold. They in the garage on the ground. Throw me one there. You give old Bill a hot ass beer. He squig of that like, man, what's wrong with your car? Man, I don't even know. He popped the hood. Said, here go your problem right here. Look, he leaned back, hold that beer. He never spilled that beer. Go ahead, crank it. Boom. Yeah. Old rat been chewing on that wire right there, man. You want to put some electrical tape around that right there. You don't even put no new wire on there. Put some electrical tape around there. He just saved your ass $1,700 or $17,000 with a 90-cent dollar store roll of electrical tape and a warm, no-name beer. But you know, if you would have let them folks cram one up in you at the car dealership, you would have been out of money. You done took the money out of your Christmas fund, out of your I'm about to buy some land fund, buy a new house fund, and college fund. You done took all that money out to fix this raggedy ass Chevrolet. all because they scammed you. But no, your cousin Bill came over with all he needed was a warm ass beer, sit in the garage and take his stinking boots off, and y'all talk stuff for about 4 hours. He done fixed your car in 2 seconds. We need more cousin Bills in our family, in our structure. If you are a prepper, if you are trying to, if you're really taking into heed what's going on around us, I'm living proof right now. If it was legal, I would show the camera on these suckers. I would show them. I would show their faces and their company. Cause they the worst, man. They the worst. I feel so sick in my guts, man, because I'm sitting here. The reason I'm even, everybody keep wondering why I'm still on Easley Island. The reason I'm even here, I would have been out on the land, but I can't go back until these people get done with this work that they need to get done. And I'm sitting out there, I got work to do out there. I can't be, that's too far for me to keep driving back and forth. I can't keep driving state to state to state to state. So that's my word, y'all. Get somebody with some skills. I don't care if they want to be a lawyer and all this other stuff. Make sure they got some doggone real life skills too, though. You know what I'm saying? What else can you do? And I ain't even gonna leave cooks off the doggone menu, because a chef or a cook, they know the food you should and should not be eating, and they know food that you shouldn't be mixing together be done killed you. I'm gonna put that in there too. I'm sorry for ranting, y'all. Any questions whatsoever? It's stuff, man. The people that's running our lives right now, they are running our lives. They really are. What's up, Brazilian Dad? Hey, Unbiased LLC. Hey, Nikki Dean. They are running our lives because we can't get nothing done without their help. Hey, J3GS Farm, what's going on, brother? Say, it's so true, bro. Our kids need these skills. We need them. Hey, J3GS Farm. J3, you around my age. Brother, do you remember when you went to high school, part of what you had to do, whether it was a female or a male, you had to go to these skills, we had a skill center in our school. Mine was carpentry and mechanics. I was an apprentice carpenter. Can you believe that? Me. I was an apprentice. I was good at my stuff. But that wood shop, right? I was in wood shop. I was an apprentice. I had got up so high, man. That's what I was going to school for, going to go to college for after, you know. No. You did certain amount of classes in school. Then the other part of your school day, you went to your doggone electronics, your machine shop, your auto mechanics, your wood shop, your what's the cooking one? What's the cooking one, y'all? Home economics, crafting. Man, you had to pass this stuff too. Lady Dagger status, man. You done said that, sister. Said what life skills do you have? That's a dating question now. You want to know something? It's funny but not funny. It's funny but not funny, because you are so right. Man, everybody know I can dress real clean. I can do the newest tic-tac dance, but you don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to do anything. These new people, man, girls be like, yeah, I got these new booty cheeks, and I got these new knockers, and I got these eyelashes, and I got this wig costs more than your car. But what can you do? What can you do though? Cause let me tell you something. You shaking your rump and jiggling your jugs and fanning me with your eyelashes, keeping me cool. That only leads to one thing, and that's the bedroom. And it's only That only lasts so long. I've been saying this for years. What goes on in the bedroom only lasts so long. I don't give a damn how good you is at it. I don't care how good you is at it, 50 shades of gray or not. It only lasts so long, then you got to get your ass up and go to work. Well, unless that's your profession, of course. You know, you understand what I'm saying. Unless that's your profession, I got to add that clause in there. You got to get up and go to work. What else you got? What else can you do? I don't care. Dudes be bragging, girl, it's about that big. Girls like, I put it on you. Okay, for how long? You know, the bedroom is like Chuck E. Cheese coins. It's like Chuck E. Cheese coins. You ever been to Dave and Buster's? It's like Dave and Buster coins, right? You can only get so much with this many coins. You always looking at the big prize. You ain't gonna never ever reach that prize. Everybody keep on talking about, look at social media, look at TV. Everybody only talk about their biggest brag to get or try to score or get a mate is their bedroom game. What else you got? What else you got? That sounds great. That sounds great. What else do you got though? After that, and say you proved yourself and you were right about your boom boom game. You was right about it. Now what? Now what, man? Cause them dishes ain't gonna wash theyself. I could use a hand moving this couch. And the light bill just came in. Man, so what? So what? Yeah, your game is smooth. You smooth with it. I'm impressed. What else you got? Cause that, I don't give a damn how good you is at that. It only lasts so long till your back start hurting or you dehydrated or something or you done pulled a muscle or got a Charlie horse and it's over. Now what? We got to start focusing. I'm looking at this spider come closer to me. We got to start focusing on things that really count, things that really matter, right? And if we can't, yeah, you already know. Oh, you be all dehydrated. Your heart starts thumping too fast because you dehydrated. You think you having a heart attack. You ain't having a heart attack. You just dehydrated because you so good at your craft. You need an IV of saline. That's all. How you doing, Chosen Seed? I don't want to rant on no more. I've seen a lot of good comments that I passed by accident, and I apologize for that. Yeah, take your tickets to the counter and cash them out, Sweet Thumb. You was trying to get the remote control car at Chuck E. Cheese, but all you got was that stuffed SpongeBob SquarePants, the little one keychain. That's all you could afford. You got a whole bucket full of golden Chuck E. Cheese coins, but all you could afford. You looking at the RC car up there and say 4 million points. But all you can afford is the keychain SpongeBob SquarePants. What? I done spent $200 to get this bucket of coins. And I can't get that RC car. I could have went to Hobby Lobby and bought me an RC car. That's this, man. Right? Tony says I'm 53. I've been working auto collision for 35 years and learned it all from my father. We own a family-owned business since 1977. These young men are not interested. I missed something. Oh, interested in learning. You are right. And don't say the BMs, because it ain't just the BMs. It's all of us, Troy. I'm going to take that down, okay? I'm going to take that down because, uh-oh. Yeah, okay, I got it. I ain't mean to send you out of here. Let me see. Okay, I brought you back. I ain't mean to send you out, but yeah, it ain't just black men, man. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Thank you for that. I can't see who just sent that super chat, but thank you for that. It ain't just black men, it's people in general. It's humans, and we need to stop that crap too, man. TJ Sanders, so is my daughter. She's beautiful and bougie, but can't wire a whole house. Let me tell you something. I'ma say this. Um, I'ma say this. I've been, and I didn't want to bring it up, but I will. I've been ridiculed by the way I treat my daughter in the comments. I've been ridiculed by how much responsibility that I'm putting on her. And I want to straighten two things out before I get off of this live stream. Okay? Number one, my daughter, she is a young lady. Yes, she is. But my daughter is also a soldier. And I think that's the part where we lost our piece of reality. Our children are to help defend the doggone empire. They ain't there for show. They ain't there to be cute and in white gloves all the time. So I train my daughter how to survive, period. I've gotten the subject of why don't her husband help her do something, her fiance help her do anything. Let me clear something else on that. When you see me helping my daughter do stuff, clearly the people that have a problem with me helping my daughter, clearly you either never had a father in your life, or you don't have a clue and you don't have a man in your life and know what a man is supposed to do. My son-in-law don't want to be on camera all the time. My son-in-law holds it down for my daughter constantly. He just ain't one that like to be all in the camera. He ain't like that, you know? So as much help as he helps me help my daughter. My son-in-law helps me help my daughter. And y'all can see it in every video. He just ain't in the camera, dancing in the camera like me, like Diddy all the time. Cause he too busy working. And you wanna know the other thing, the other reason why you don't never see my son-in-law in the camera all the time? Cause that boy at work. Not that boy, that man is at work. And the women that keep coming at me and the men that keep coming at me talking about why do you always have to save your daughter? I don't have to save my daughter. I'm gonna tell y'all something that a real man, cause clearly you don't have one in your life, which I am. What a real man does, I'm teaching my kids, my daughter and her fiance, how to do something they don't got no clue on how to do. I know how to live off the land. They don't. They don't have a clue. My daughter only watched in me. She only watched me while she was a young girl. She never had to fully partake in it. So I'm not gonna let my children go bad and go astray just because they should learn a lesson. Nah. When I have to go help my son-in-law, I'm teaching him how to do things and then let him teach my daughter how to do that. And it's up to me to stand over top of them and make sure they did it safely and correctly so they don't kill them damn selves. It's sad these days how bad real men are needed. I'm not saying just fathers, okay? I'm talking about real men. Real men in the community, how bad we are so needed. We are needed so horribly bad because this world knows how to do nothing. They know how to look cute and they know how to smell sweet, and that's it. That go for the boys too. I ain't say men, the boys too. You know how to do your hair. You know how to look cute or look sweet. I'm gonna add that in there too. This is 2023. I don't know what you into. But when it come down to brass tacks, like, hey man, help me patch this roof up. I ain't getting up there, man. I ain't getting up there. But if you step on somebody's shoes, they ready to take you off this earth. We need real ladies out there too. We need real ladies out there to hold it down. Everybody be saying, "Oh, your wife's so cute. Oh, your wife's so smart. She's so pretty. She's old." Man, I'm telling you, that's an alligator. My wife is a crocodile. You know why I call her a crocodile? She like an alligator? Because you don't see her coming. Don't nobody see what my wife do. She another one. I don't want to be on camera like that. Everybody think I'm always out here doing everything in this garden. My wife runs the in-ground garden more than me. I run the outer ground, raised bed garden. My wife is the in-ground queen. I don't be doing that. She just don't feel like looking at folks and, and talking to a damn screen. She got work to do. That's me, Diddy, in the camera. So just because on social media you don't see people handling their damn business don't mean they ain't handling their damn business. And then when you see people in the camera handling their business, you don't even know that 99% of it is fake and edited and fake. So you'll go off believing somebody that did all of this stuff. You never met them a day in your life. And you like, that's the real one right there. You don't know that they just got a lot of money to stage some bullshit. My wife is a real estate agent. And you know what part of the job she do? She stages houses. She stages them. She stages these houses to make you think it's cozy, it's kind, it's in a nice neighborhood. So yesterday, I spent all day with my wife staging a house, cleaning up, cutting the grass around the house. We ain't supposed to do that, but I'm like, if this house gonna sell, we gotta stage it to make it seem peaceful, nice, which it is, right? You stage this to make people feel like I can relate to this scene. I can relate to this. YouTube ain't no different. Look where I'm sitting right now. I can take you by the water. I can take you over here by the banana trees. I could also do this same video in my garage. When I decided to do this video, I was in my garage. I said, no, I'm gonna go sit out by the water. It'll get a little more attention. Because if you don't want to hear nothing I'm saying, you can look at the scenery. Staging. Telling you, family, this social media and the real world, it has collided into a big bowl of poop. It's just a big mess because we don't know what to believe on social media anymore. To the point, social media took over all of our lives. I'm gonna say 60 to 70% of our lives, social media took over our lives in the last 3 to 4 years. To the point, out here, when they finally let us go out there and take these things off our face and live right, we didn't even know what reality was no more. We can't even relate to people. We talking to each other crazy. We fighting a lot. We arguing about little tiny things. They got us acting like animals, and we falling for the bait. We are like animals. Look how much like animals we are. We depending on them. We depending on them to feed us. We're depending on them to clothe us. We're depending on them to heal us. We're depending on them for our go-between God. We're depending on them to do everything for us. You feel it's some folks out here, they won't ever pray, they won't do nothing until they go to church. If you go to church, that's when you get spiritual or biblical. When you come home, you good, right? That's how the world is. You need to be somewhere to do. I ain't gonna eat. I'm starving half to death. You got a whole freezer full of food, but you starving half to death. You got a whole freezer full of food, and you starving half to death. You know why? Because you waiting on McDonald's to make your food. And when the McDonald's don't make your food right, you have a damn fit. You clown, you hit the roof, and some people even get deleted, if you dig what I'm saying, deleted from this earth. All because your cheeseburger was cold. When you should have had your goofy ass at the house, making your own food. Every time I go through a drive-through, I eat some fast food, and the order ain't right or something is wrong. I that was God telling you don't even need that in the first place. Sorry, sir, is something missing? Yep. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Don't even worry about it. I don't even need no fries. Matter of fact, that $5 that I paid for them fries, put the house on your boy. Tip yourself. I don't need them. That's something else telling me you don't need that no way. You shouldn't even be here. You in the pool hall and you lost $20. Don't go beat nobody up that you think took it. Or this dude got his foot on your $20 waiting for you to turn your back. Man, let him have it, man. You shouldn't be in here. You shouldn't be in here no way. Period. So, back to what I said before I said it. Family, we got to train our kids to get skills, technical skills. Everybody want to be a content creator bull crap? Man, I'm going to say this for what? For what? This is the new Hollywood, the new NFL, the new NBA. Everybody want to step up to the plate to be the next star football player, the next star quarterback. They can only pick so many. They ain't gonna let everybody be a star quarterback. They ain't gonna let everybody be the star running back. No, they can only have so many. Social media ain't no different. So everybody is out there breaking themselves and killing themselves to create content for, and they have, and I'm gonna call them the algorithm people, have no plan on ever starting you. They have no plan on ever starting you in the game. And after a while, some of those players be like, you know what? We laugh at people. We laugh at entertainers that finally start doing normal stuff. What's his name in Bell Biv DeVoe? Not Ronnie Bill. DeVoe. Ronnie DeVoe. Ain't that his name? Man, he a car dealership in Atlanta. He a big, I'm talking about real estate agent in Atlanta. Big time real estate agent. But we look at him and laugh. The dude that played Cockroach in Bill Cosby show, and he was Cole on Martin. He runs an auto dealership. We laugh at him, but them the real mugs, man. Them the more this money, and y'all get to see this fake stuff, this fake world. We look at these entertainers and think they rich, man. Look at every last one of these documentaries where they was getting robbed for 10, 30 years. And they ain't never made no money. They still live in the projects, but they going doing shows in the most expensive places in the world. It's a bunch of crap, man. Get you some skills and get you something to fall back on. I got all my skills still with me, and I never give up my license certifications or nothing because I know I don't know what the world has in store for me. I might have to fall back on some of this stuff. I always brush up on my skills. Always. YouTube is a place. It's more content creators than viewers now. And ain't nothing wrong with being a viewer. And everybody think that this is easy. They think being a content creator is easy, and they think they're gonna make it rich and make it big by doing this job. You don't know how many days that you go to sleep thinking, what am I gonna do next? And then everybody is in some kind of weird competition with each other. It's stressful. It's so stupid. And people don't even use their own brain and realize It's only so many ways to plant a tomato. So if I took this tomato plant and put it in the dirt, covered it up and watered it and fed it, and you thought I copied off of you, man, go on somewhere with that bullshit. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Let me stop, because I'll go on and on. It's been an hour. Guava for that hour. For everybody playing a drinking game. Matter of fact, me and Lady Lead was laughing, making up rules for the new Lead Farmer 73 drinking game. You ain't got to drink liquor if you don't want to, but somebody made it up. I got some rules I'm going to release later. Everybody, thank you so much for coming in here. Please get your kids and get your family some skills. Everybody need to know how to do something. Everybody need to be focusing on something. Something to help us in this family unit. Your community start right here. Your community start right there, man. We keep talking about this YouTube community of people you don't even know across the whole world. Your community start right here. Get your kid to do some carpentry. Get your other kid to do some small engine mechanics. This kid need to go to electrical school, learn some solar power and batteries. We need to do all this plumbing, all of this stuff, man. Living out on the land. I'm gonna say this, living out on the land. You know what we got? You gotta call an inspector to do a soil test. You gotta call a person to test everything where your septic tank gonna be. You gotta call somebody to drill you a well. We don't got nobody when it comes to living off grid. You have no off grid resources. We don't. We don't. You don't have no off grid resources. You have to depend on them. You have to. And they can pull us. Listen, every time I have some work done for me, I feel like I'm playing that game on Price is Right from the 1970s and 80s. Remember that game, Plinko? They dig in that bag, they close their eyes, and Bob Barker holding that bag. They dig in that big old black velvet bag up to the shoulder meat. And they pull out that big old round card. And whatever that number say on that Plinko, you gotta put that thing down in there, right? That's how I feel every time I'm having work done. When I ask them, so how much is this gonna cost me? This is what I imagine in his head. When he be like, well, right? When he say, well, this is what I imagine him doing. Here you go, Bob. And he pulled this price out of his cheeks, out of nowhere. Like, you wanna ask him, like, where did you get that price from? How did you come up with that price? He'll give you a bunch of bullshit of how he came up with that price. Well, your flex capacitor, that's gonna run you like, that's $2,500 by itself just to buy it. And then, is of course, $30 an hour. But then you got, I gotta have a helper to help me lift it and hoist the flex capacitor and the calipulator up into the bullshit. That's what's coming out of his mouth. But when you ask him, where did you get that cost from? In his head, he see this. He seen the same thing you saw. He pulled that right out of his cheek. What he was thinking, I could use some more beer. That new car I was looking at, this would help me with that down payment. I do owe some child support and alimony. This would help me from going to jail. Let me see. Oh yeah, rent is due. That's where he got the price from. It ain't got nothing to do with what you need done. The price he gave you ain't got nothing to do with what you need done. He's trying to fulfill what he has to accomplish in life. Oh, and I got to give my boss a cut of this. Tell me I'm lying when I ain't, man. When I was growing up, I never seen my daddy calling another man to do nothing. I seen it one time when our soil stack got messed up. It rusted out. We had to call a plumber. But you know who he called? He called my brother-in-law. My sister's husband, he called him and had him fix it because the other dude that came to look at it was like, yeah, that's gonna run ya. I'll never forget, I was standing right next to my dad and I was looking at that old soil stack I've been looking at since I was born. And I was looking in the basement and it was all rusted out and it smelled like poop. And I'm looking at that thing and I remember my daddy like standing like this. And I seen the dude. Yeah, he looking up, trying to look through the, yeah, it's all rusted. Every time my dad didn't say a word when the man quoted him a price, my dad staring at him like this. And the dude said, well, I'm going to say at least $2,500. This is in the 80s, $2,500 like $1 million. You looking like, as my dad don't say a damn word, you can hear the dude getting nervous because he like, yeah, because, you know, the whole elbow is rusted out up there and you're going to have to run a 45-degree angle. And the more my dad didn't say nothing and stared at this sucker like this, the price kept going up, up, up. And as my daddy didn't say nothing, the price kept going down, 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 down. You want to know how? Because then the dude kept looking back at my dad. I'm looking at him and looking at my dad. I'm looking at the dude, looking at my dad. And as the dude keep looking back at my dad, well, you know, the elbow isn't that bad. I mean, we can leave the elbow. I think we can leave the 45. Your anchor is pretty good. If I just cut here, and just add a sleeve, I don't know, you're looking like $300. Then my dad do this. When can you have it done? We can start on that in the morning. All right, I sign the paperwork. That's how this world is, man. Either you gonna go in jail and they gonna take it from you, cause you gonna fight to the death, or as soon as you get in jail, you tie your shirt in a little knot. Put on some Kool-Aid lipstick and some of them phone book heels and call it like, this is what I'm gonna get, man. What you gonna do? You gonna just go ahead, tie your little shirt up in a knot, put you on some Kool-Aid lipstick and put some phone book high heels on and just be like, well, it is what it is, you know? Who's next? Who's coming with me? Either you gonna do that or you gonna be like this, sleeping with that shank under your pillow at night like, I'm fighting to the death, man. I'm not going out like no sucker, man. You know, I'm not going out like no sucker. I'm fighting to the last tooth, the last breath for this world, man. If you gonna get me, if you gonna get me, you gonna leave limping. You might get me, but you gonna leave limping. You gonna leave missing a digit or two. I'm not gonna let you win like that. I'm not the kind of dude to be like, I got a gun in your ribs. Don't move, sucker. You should. Nope. Nope. N-O-A-P. Got a gun in your ribs. Don't move, sucker. Break yourself. You might as well plug me up, bruh. I'm about to do everything I can, and yeah, I might make it to the pearly gates to go meet my ancestors in the next 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna let you just take it. You gonna take it off my corpse. You gonna take it off my leaking body, but I'm not giving you anything. You know. Yes, N-O-A-P. Nope. So I had to let you guys know that because, man, it's so horrible. I'm going through such a horrible time, and I'm going to let y'all in on something a little later, but I'm going through such a horrible time with having work done on my house so I can sell it off because everybody's so damn janky, man. They so janky. I seen the process being done so janky, I wouldn't have even done it. Like, what? You certified to do that? Like I said, I'll go on for days. But family, I promise you, this world is so horrible right now. If you don't got no life skills, if you ain't got no technical skills, man, you doomed, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna make it sound like, well, that's pretty bad. No, if you don't got no freaking technical skills and no common sense, your ass is doomed. Because the only people around here with technical skills and things that you need to stay afloat is people that can scam you, will scam you. And here's another reason why they scamming you. The other reason why all these other people scam you, they ain't got no competition. They ain't got no competition. They know the other electricians. They know the other plumbers. They know if they scam you, who you gonna call? Because when they get back to the shop, they gonna tell the other dudes. Like, yeah, I know that address. We was at that address yesterday. He gonna try to have you talk him down. Just tell him the flex capacitor. Remember that word, flex capacitor. Okay? When you tell him, then he'll think I'm telling the truth. He gonna call me back. I give you a cut. I'll buy you lunch. This is all a scam. It's like the legal system, man. It's all a scam, man. It's all a scam. Why it take them so long to get that little chubby dude to wear a sweater up under his doggone jacket? Why it take so long to get him? We don't even need to go to court for this, man. Get him out of here. Come on, man. If I commit half the crimes that these politicians do on a daily basis, if I do one of their crimes, if I do just one of their crimes one time only, I'm going to jail probably for the rest of my life. The crimes that these politicians is pulling on us in broad daylight. In broad daylight. They ain't even hiding it no more. The crimes and the scandals that they do in broad daylight. Every day. If I did it one day, one time, I'm going to jail for half my damn life, if not all of it. They're literally letting us watch them commit a crime and then justify it by like I'm doing this for the people. I'm robbing all these people so I can save these few people. This is let me tell you something, because I don't want to go on, because I will go on for hours and hours. I don't want to do that to y'all. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of people can't really get away from the city and stuff like that. I promise you this, family. I'm just gonna give you a piece of my heart right now, because I don't want to do no ranting. I want to give you a piece of me, not lead farmer. I want to give you a piece of me. Let me tell you something. I can't wait to get away from this system. I can't wait to get away from all of this. All of these people. When you look at this, let me show you something that I've been showing for years. I'm on a lake. I'm on a creek. I got land here. All of this, right? It's all a facade. It's all fake. It's beautiful. It's seemingly beautiful, right? It's seemingly beautiful. But that's just because you looking on a camera at this. You don't know the stuff that go on in this neighborhood. You don't know the people, what they doing here. You know, you look at my neighborhood and everybody be looking like, oh, Led, that's so beautiful. I've been saying it for years. But over the last good 3 years, to 4 years, I done seen about 3 police chases through here. I'm talking about cops style police chases. I'm talking about, what is that? Police TV style. I can't release one of them because it happened in my yard. The police chase, the car drove through. Everybody was like, oh, Lead Farmer fruit trees don't never grow. They always little babies. Let me tell you something. He must be a terrible gardener. The trees in the back, the beavers eat them. The trees in the front was doing great. If y'all look back about 4 or 5 years ago, the trees was doing great. They were huge. How did my trees dwarf in size and 50% of the size? I'll tell you. Because a high-speed police chase came through my yard in the middle of the night and came across my neighbor's yard, my yard, ate up all of my damn fruit trees and crashed in the bushes. I can even show you every piece of evidence. Crashed through my neighbor's bush, and that's where the car got stuck. The thief runs through this creek, goes up into their yard, and disappears into the night. And of course, I can't say nothing. So you got, now, I had electricians here Friday. The other high-speed chase was Friday. I'm coming out. I can't make this up. God is my witness. I'm coming out, greeting the electricians that's supposed to be doing work for me. And as I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, come right in here. I'm going to show y'all where to get started at. I hear, wee, wee, wee. Now, you don't hear very many police around here. Hardly ever. Hear these sirens. I'm like, damn, that sound close. That don't sound like no ambulance. You know, this is kind of a retirement community. That don't sound like no ambulance. Police, sheriff, deputy. I see this little white Toyota Corolla jump the hill, because we got a hill. Jump over like the Duke boys. Or like Knight Rider. Jump over the hill, flames and scraping from the metal under his body of his car. And then what you see? Here come a police do the same thing. Here come another police do the same thing. You got 5 different sheriff deputies following this Toyota Corolla through my quiet neighborhood. I can't wait to get away from here. I can't wait to get away from people, man. I can't wait to, and I don't want people to think that I don't like people, because I do. I do. I'm a people myself. I like people. My point is this. This world has no more honor, and it's too many egos, and it's too many my truths. My truth means you don't give a damn about what nobody else say. You don't give a damn about the universal well-being of mankind. When people keep saying my truth, I'm living my truth, this is me, my. When did we turn into Johnny Gill? We, over the last, since 2020, we all done turned into Johnny Gill. My. It ain't about nobody else no more. You only thinking about your damn self. Mama. It's all about us. My truth. I'm living my truth. That means F what everybody else think about. Anything that got anything to do with reality. I'm living in my own reality. Like, that's okay. Man, we done screwed up, man. We screwed up. We need to get some life skills. And I'm telling you this, and I know y'all sick of hearing this, and that's fine. But this is all I got at the moment. Man, look here. Get away from being so clogged up and balled up in with a whole bunch of other people, man. It even said in the Bible, man, we ain't supposed to be on top of each other like this, man. We are not. And you know, people can take that in a biblical, spiritual, and run on with it about why we ain't supposed to be on top of each other. I'm gonna put it in a practical sense. Some people will put it in a biblical sense. I'm gonna put those scriptures in a practical sense. You know what it is? If we all live on top of each other, if I'm sick, you sick. If we all live on top of each other, if my water heater busts, your living room is wet. If we all live on top of it, if this dude is beating his wife, you in the middle of it, whether you want to be or not. That's the practical standpoint of all of this, to me. Now, y'all can go run with it biblically if you want to. I'm telling you where the biblical scriptures run into practical scriptures to me in my everyday life. If my neighbor over here, yard start flooding, my yard start flooding. Man, if you say achoo, a week later, my kid, achoo. We ain't supposed to be sitting on top of each other, man, like a Dagwood Scooby-Doo sandwich, man. We ain't. We ain't. We supposed to have enough space between one another where, man, I need to walk down there and go talk to my neighbor. I need at least an acre away from you. I need to, okay, I need to damn near not even be able to hear you call I need you when you want to talk to me, not, hi, how you doing today? I don't want to hear that. I don't want you that close to me. I want you to be like, hey, neighbor, how you doing? Hey, Frank, good to see ya. You coming down for the game next week? Both y'all got cell phones in y'all pocket and y'all screaming, yeah, I'll be there. I'll bring Cindy with me. Okay, see you then. That's how life's supposed to be. We ain't supposed to be living on top of one another, man, and hear each other's conversations and go whispering and murmuring behind each other's back. But you don't give us no choice. If you live 2 feet away from me, if you live 2 feet away from me, and I keep hearing a thud, and then I hear a scream, and then I hear a boom, then I hear a scream, I'm like, hey, I think, now listen, right there, I done broke some commandments right there, done broke some scripture right there. Look, man, I think Willie over there beating his wife. You don't know what he doing. I just made that up out of my head. We live so close on top of one another. I instantly start whispering and murmuring behind my brother's back across the next door. I think he been beating her. He been beating her all week. I'm telling you, she came out the other day. Her hand was in a cast and everything. I think he done been beating on her. You think we ought to call the police? I think we need to call somebody because he can't be beating on her like that. Let's call the police right now and do a welfare check. Right? Come to find out, Willie is cockeyed, and he kept telling her, hey, hold this nail for me so I can, because I can't hold this drywall myself. You hold the drywall and this nail, and I'm going to run that sucker through. And he missed. that I always got the left blinker on, so so he accidentally keep hitting Wilma in the hand. He ain't trying to hurt his baby. He the one drove to the hospital by her wrist. Oh, accidentally slipped and bust her hand with a hammer. And they look at Willie, and Willie is looking at them from the side because his left blinker stuck on. And they like, yeah, I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. The nurses and doctors don't even write up no welfare check paperwork because they look at Willie looking at them from the side. His left blinker stuck on. Yeah, I believe he missed that nail 5 different times. I believe it. Y'all kept trying this every day? Yeah, because first he got my fingernail, and that, that's all bloody. That fingernail gonna fall off. But then he hit my ring finger. That's why that one is swole. I can't put my wedding ring on. And then he finally bust my hand. And, that's why we here. I told him let me swing the hammer, but he don't trust me. I told him let me swing the hammer, and he hold the nail in the drywall, but he don't trust me. So that's my man. We on top of each other too high, man. We too close to one another, man. I can't wait. And I thought it was just me. I thought my spirit was that deep up in it. But me and my wife, we had a long drive home coming from Georgia yesterday. And I tell you what, Lord, me and my wife had the most beautiful conversation. It's like we teenagers again, talking about our future on the land, away from so many people and so much noise and so many things. I don't want to be this close to stores and garbage and spending money. Everything around me is about spending money. Spending money and going broke. That's all is around me. I can't wait to just be out there and just done with this chapter of my life. For the next person that moves into this home, congratulations, because it's a beautiful home. It's a beautiful piece of land, everything about it. But my spirit has outgrown this. This is not what I thought I wanted out of life. Because every day that I'm having this house worked on, it's a reminder to me that this is not where I belong. I don't belong with all these people, scammers and no good sons of suckers, man. I don't need to be around these people, man. I don't need to be around these folks. Because all they are scammers. All around you is just crime, man. Whether the crime is literally stealing something tangible you could touch, or something they're stealing something from you. They might be stealing your identity. They might be stealing your thoughts, stealing your ideas, it's something that they want from you that they don't want to pay you for. That's this system. This system is built to steal everything from you. Everything. It'll even steal your emotions. Look at social media. People on social media will break down crying over something that another person on social media said to them. And that person lived all the way damn near in California. You live on the West, they live on the East Coast. They break down crying about what this person said to them. Never seen him a day in their life. This stuff is set up for you to have an emotional, spiritual breakdown. Period. But this the funny part about it, ain't it? The funny part is, as horrible as we see what social media do to people and do to your brains, because the mental stress that it puts you through. The funny thing is, ain't it funny how the more horrible stuff that you see that social media does to you, the more people that want to do it. You ever see that? Like, a woman will see that this dude, he a good looking guy, but he see all the other girls see that he beats this girlfriend. He beats her, but she stick with him. For some reason, that attracts the other girls to be like, he must got something going on. She still with him. He must don't hit her too hard. What? What? We see people in the music entertainment industry constantly get robbed on a daily basis. We see them in court. We see them in the documentaries of them being robbed. Look at Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition, The Temptations. Every last musical artist has been robbed and only been barely getting by. We wonder why they get on drugs and stuff. They ain't got nothing. They sold to the devil. They signed that contract and they never make a nickel. They actually billionaires, all of them. But the contract that they signed was from Satan himself. They don't own anything and they broke. But the funny thing is, again, ain't it funny how we know the music industry is busted and crooked? Ain't it funny how we all want to be musicians? We all want to go show the world our stuff and make it big. Man, we broken. This society is broken, man. It don't make no sense to me, man. None whatsoever. We watch people get done dirty, and we will literally go sign up with the same music company that they signed up for, TLC and Diddy and all of them. We'll see how bad Puff Daddy did all his artists if they still alive. We've seen how Diddy did all his artists if they still alive. But the first thing we want to do is go sign with Bad Boy Records. I got a contract with Bad Boy. For what? Instead of us saying, for what? We congratulate this ding dong. You mean the same Bad Boy? Won't stop, can't stop. Yeah, that's right. We congratulate that fool. We collectively congratulate people for doing dumb shit. I don't even understand it, man. I don't even understand it. All I'm saying is, here's another piece of me. I'm getting a little too old to care. I'm getting a little too old to care, man. I just kind of want to leave this world, this new world that we have all created. I just want, man. I don't want to touch this one. I'm done with this right here, man. I don't want no more parts of this right here. I really don't. And I'm telling y'all my truth. I'm telling y'all my feelings, man. This world is so corrupt. You don't know who to turn to no more for anything. For anything real, man. You try to go to church and then the pastor sleeping with your wife. You try to do this and the people in the pool pit is screwing man, you try to, you can't even turn to God. Go to somebody else to help you on your trail, your path to your spirituality, because all of them crooked. You on your own, man. You on your own. Look, I'm like the yin yang twins with my spirituality. Pray by myself, get on my knees by myself, pray to my God by my doggone self, for real. Man, this is me. I don't need, I'm trying to make it so I'm trying to cut out that damn middleman between me, my salvation, me and my plumbing, me and my electrical. I'm trying to cut that middleman out. Because that middleman costs money. Not just any money, that Plinko chip money. Whatever price he said is. We don't, you ever notice they don't even got contracts no more? They don't got no contracts, man. They don't write up no contracts for you. They tell you what it's gonna be and they hand you a card to say, here, call me when you're ready to have that done. They don't write up no contract and then itemize why this price is this what they just quoted you. Ain't no more itemized receipts. I literally have 2 of these on my refrigerator to this very day. Tree cutting, $2,500. I've had that piece of paper on my refrigerator for 5 years because I laugh at it every time. I'm like, why is it $2,500? It ain't telling me once you chop the tree down, then what? There's nothing on this itemized receipt telling me what you're gonna do. Ask me, did I call this dude back? Come to Islam for what? For what, J540? You trying to say people in the Nation of Islam is even better than the other people out here, man. I ain't talking about religion. I ain't talking about spirituality. I'm talking about mankind itself. I don't need to join another religion or join another spirituality group to be a better human being, man. And I think that's where we get it all twisted at. I don't need a group of people telling me how I should be living my life. That's how we got here in the first place. Not the nation, just period, bruh. You know what all of them religions and all of those spiritual groups is common sense. If you ain't got damn common sense, then some people do need to be led. I got common sense, man. I know I shouldn't be putting my hands on folks. I know I shouldn't be killing folks. I know I shouldn't steal from people. I didn't have to be taught that in church. I didn't have to be taught none of that. I knew if I steal from this little girl, I learned as a child, if I steal this little girl candy, she gonna cry, she gonna tell, I'ma get in trouble. Nothing has changed in 50 years. I'm misguided, bro. Well, since I'm misguided, I guide you to the cornfield. Man, it ain't about religion and spirituality. It ain't about none of that, man. Sometimes it's just common sense. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Why he's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Why this system is broken. You think you need to belong to a certain group to have, you know why there's a Nation of Islam? Because they are trying to have common sense. They're trying to guide the brothers and sisters that ain't got no common sense. They're trying to help the brothers and sisters that don't have common sense of the laws. That's what I'm saying. You belong to a group of people if you need guidance on. If you don't know how to garden and plant a tomato, you need to join a group of gardeners to help you learn how to garden. It's no different with your spirituality and your belief system. If you don't know, deleting people from the face of the earth is a bad thing and it's frowned upon. You need to join a group of people to tell you that's a bad thing to do. This whole world think that they gotta join a particular group at all times. I gotta be a piece of this. I gotta be a piece of that. I gotta be a member of this. I gotta join this club. I gotta join a gym. I gotta do all of this to do better. You don't gotta join a damn gym to lose weight. But everybody will every year go and pay $500,000 to go join a gym, thinking that the gym is gonna help them lose weight. It don't. It starts right here. Common sense. This is what it is. Some people even go as far as going to get stomach surgery, get their stomach smaller so they can lose weight. It starts right here. Common sense tells you don't eat that. This is what it does to you. Don't eat that. So if you can't fix the common sense part, can't nobody tell you nothing. If you can't fix this, this not gonna control this, these, and this. If you can't control this, I'm not bashing you, bruh, but homeboy, I'm not. I'm just telling you, man, I belong to my Father God. I don't want to belong to no group. I don't need to be with no other group to find my spirituality in my way in this world. I don't. That, if you haven't realized, look at people fight. I want to be a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a New Jersey Jet fan. You get in these groups and become like monsters. It don't matter when you join these style groups, you don't care about right and wrong no more. You just doing what's best for the group after a while. I done seen it, man. I done seen it politically. I done seen it spiritually. I done seen it socially. You people get to a point where long as I'm part of this group, it don't matter whether we doing right or wrong anymore, man. I just want to know that I'm around these people. You be knowing what's wrong and what's right and everything else, but you just don't want to be out of this group and this circle of people. So you will do any damn thing. And when we certain people, if you need to be led that bad, you need to be led along that bad, and you join these groups just so you could be part of something, you are the first one to screw your life up. That's not me. That's not me, man. I've always beaten my own path, man. And I listen to my elders and wise men to tell me that's the wrong way. Other than that, I beats my own path. I listen to a elder or a wise man in a heartbeat to tell me, if you keep going that way, it is some lions down there. Oh, for real? I will get this way. But I still don't want to get on his track. I'm going to beat my own path. I listen to common sense. But I don't walk behind nobody but God, man. That's it. That's it. If I had $1 for every time somebody tried to get me to join their religious group, man, I wouldn't even need YouTube. I'd be rich. I wouldn't need to go to work. I'd be rich. Because everybody always want me to join one of these religious or spiritual groups. I even got video documentation of people in some of the biggest camps y'all know on YouTube. Some of the biggest camps. You ought to come to this camp. You ought to come to this camp. You ought to join us. You hear how that sound? And maybe it's me too. I'm going to talk on something. Maybe it's me. When I was younger, I was a Crip for a day. It always reminds me of that gangster stuff. It's no different, man. It's no different. You ever heard somebody being Crip for a week? Think about it. It's no different today. Come with us. We gonna take care of you. We gonna keep you right. We gonna keep you fed. We gonna keep you clothed. We gonna make sure you safe. Man, you get that same spiel with gangsters. You get that same spiel with what is them called, pyramid schemes. You get that same spiel in prison and in the church. And it seemed like they all work exactly the same. I'm not safe. I'm not okay. I'm still spiritually and financially broken. It's just always, and I'm always looking over my shoulder for some reason. It's all the same. I don't need to join no group like that, man. And there's no disrespect to anybody in those groups because I respect a lot of people in all of those groups. I do. And I even talk about one brother all the time that's in part of one of those religious, spiritual groups. He's a friend of mine. I'm not with it, though. This is for me right here. And I've been asked to join. I ain't joining nothing but Weight Watchers. Hold on, y'all. This might go out for a second. I got a delivery or pick up one of the. So I'm sorry for ranting, y'all. I just wanted to come in here and, whew, man, I'm glad I had to get that off my back. Damn, all these people, but my wife is here. I'm out here working on my yard, working on everything. It's a mess. So, oh good. So how we doing, man? All right, you could just sit on the porch, bro. Yep. Appreciate you. All right. Do I need to sign anything? All right. So, all right. Sorry about that. Again, that business part of the game. Listen. I don't want to come across disrespectful to nobody's belief system at all. And I mean that. I mean that. If you believe in these spiritual groups and it's helping you, man, go for it, yo. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you feel that that's the trail that you need to be on and something led you that way, hey, if that's what got you out the streets or got you out of famine or got you out of financial stronghold, I ain't got no problem at all. But I think, and somewhere in the scripture, don't quote me, but somewhere in the scriptures, I know it has to say, I'm not saying it does, I'm saying it has to say somewhere in the Bible that, again, I am not saying it's in the Bible, I'm saying it has to be in there somewhere, that it's a thin line between, worshiping false idols and worshiping God. It's a thin line, man. The reason I say that is you will go, let's say like you going to a church and you going to praise the Lord and his son and savior. You're going to worship them and you inadvertently end up worshiping the pastor and his wife. You don't even realize that you can't wait to get to church every Sunday, not necessarily to worship our Father, his Son and Savior, but you can't wait to be around your friends to see what they got on, or you can't wait to sing in the choir, you can't wait to see what the pastor gonna say. Inadvertently, you ends up worshiping the pastor or worshiping the house of worship. It's a thin line, man, and I know a lot of people that line step right across that all the time. All the time. They will say, oh, I'm a man of God, I'm a woman of God, this, da, 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 da. And I go to church faithfully, religiously. I never miss a day, but they go to church and they have fun and they have activities and they do stuff, but at the same time, they step over that line and they don't realize in the back of their mind they here for the Lord and hear the words in the scripture, but they don't even realize you're really here and did not want to be late and you had to wear a certain kind of clothing. You had to wear this certain dress and this certain hat. You ain't there. That wasn't for God. You was not there for God with all that nonsense. You were there. You were not there to hear the word of God. You were there to show yourself, show your new dress, show your new hat, watch what the new dance that the pastor gonna do this week, and the slick words he gonna say this week and flip of the script. That's what people, and I'm not knocking people. I'm just saying be aware of where you are in your mind. That's why I don't need to join groups. Because I know how easy it is to slipping into darkness. I know how easy it is. One minute I can't wait. Oh man, me and my homeboy, we after church we met up and man we did it. It wasn't about church no more. It wasn't about God no more. It was about me and my friend. I just met this new dude and we got the same stuff. We like the same stuff. We hanging out. And that's what it ended up being. And maybe it's me, man. Maybe it's me. It's easy to fall into a trap that's not really a trap. It's you. You did this to yourself. It ain't that this organization has set a trap for you to fall into a cult type state. No, you turn this into a cult yourself. You turn this religion or spirituality or belief system into a cult your own self. Because you are no longer going to this facility or organization to get the word of God. Now you here because you love everybody around you. You friends with everybody around you. This is why you're here, because you friends with everybody. And then the word of God go to the back of your head. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, so to my brother that I had to escort out, brother, I ain't got no disrespect for you. But when people coming at me telling me what I should and what I shouldn't do about the word of God and all of this and the belief system or whatever religion you in, you want to let me give you a piece of advice because you're probably still watching. This is brother to brother. I mean this. You know the best religions, the best groups, or the best ones to get my interest. It's people that don't constantly advertise what they is. If you would have showed me who you were first, show me who you were right here on YouTube. And I'm like, man, this dude is all right, man. This dude is okay. You know? Man, I like that dude. I like him. Man, I'm going to email him. I'm going to get in closer with this dude, see what he talking about. And then when you came to me and told me you of the nation, I'd have been like, oh, for real? Okay, now you got me interested in listening to. If I like the way you flow, I want to know where you got that flow from. You got me interested. You got me wide open to hear where you got this knowledge from. That's how I do it, man. I don't need nobody always passing out no brochures to me to tell me to join something and what I should be part of. If I got to know you and know you was on the up and up, man, and me and you right here, I'd be like, man, I like you enough to I respect what you're doing. I just want to listen to more of what you're doing. I've listened to other people talk about it, but man, I like the way you say it. See, it ain't no different than this gardening thing. Everybody don't want to hear you talk about the tomato. Maybe they want to hear her talk about how to grow the tomato. Because maybe they don't like the sound of your voice, the pitch of your voice, your tone is something that they would rather listen to this person on how to grow that tomato. There's a Walmart, there's a Target, there's a whole bunch of department stores, and all of them carry underwear. Every last one of these department stores carry underwear. And we all got a reason why we pick our underwear from Walmart or Target or another one. They all sell the same drawers. They all the same price. Why do you only buy it from Walmart? It's no different from the word of God or anything else or on YouTube how to grow a tomato. I don't like the atmosphere at Target. So I go to Walmart. It's no different with me and the word of God and getting my spiritual word from somebody. I may not want to hear from you, man. This person breaks it down a little bit slicker to me where I can understand it. Gardening. This person don't quite tell me how to grow this tomato in detail enough. My understanding level is on with this person. So I get the word from this person, even though they both talk about the same damn thing. It's no different with the doggone spiritual. You don't got to sell me on nothing, brother. If you really want to sell me, if somebody want to sell me on something that you're selling, I want to meet the salesman first. Before you bring the product, Show me who the salesman is. Tell me more about yourself. Before you put your foot in the door and try to sell me a vacuum cleaner, who are you? You came, knocked on my door, and asked me to join the group. Tell me more about you first, and maybe you will strike my interest. With that being said, Lead Farmer 73, I'm sorry for rambling on. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, there I go again, huh? I came out here for a 2-minute video. It's been 2 hours? Guava, y'all know, every hour. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. Look, my eye twitching out. Every time I get in my feelings, man, y'all know I go in. I'm sorry. And to the homeboy, you know what? I'm going to tell you this, brother. No disrespect. I'm going to go and find you and let you out the cornfield. I just wanted you to understand. If you trying to sell me something or you trying to show me something, let me get to know you first, brother. All right? I ain't no disrespect to nobody's belief system, religious system, spiritual avenues, none whatsoever. But I would like to meet the salesman first if you don't mind. All right? With that being said, you can even email me at leadfarmer73@yahoo.com. No disrespect, man to man. All right? Leadfarmer73, everybody, let me get up here and get busy. My wife is home. I love y'all. Be safe. Peace. And I'm out.